I was an easy target because I had a fly out, tried to fit in by hanging out with the wrong people, and had made enemies because I'm nerds who don't let nobody know what I'm doing. And because of it, I got raped just for existing. Like I always got pulled up on by ops of all. That was our thing. Live by the rules. Who finna start it? Not me. No, sir. I realized after my 7th time going to a club that house parties put clubs to shame. Way later. So I stopped going for a while until last year in 2022 when I took a trip to Atlanta to be on Hollow's podcast. If I'm gonna take you, throughout my school years, I've had my fair share of exotic teachers, even when I got to college. I'm talking about I've experienced it all, bruh. I had this. We're not gonna use her real name. We're gonna call her Miss Yummers because this lady was built like Snorlax. The little delinquents we will always be in class to the point where one day she did the absolute most to make us behave. So that day, I was walking down the 10th grade hallway to Miss Yummer's class, and I heard a crowd of people making noise down the hallway where Miss Yummer's room was. And my first instinct was to run towards the crowd because in every high school ever, if it's a crowd making noise in a place that's supposed to be quiet, then 9 times out of 10, it's a fight. Now, I don't know about you, but I love school fights. That gonna be lit. Who breaking it up? Not me. Let them hoes fight. I just can't wait till we go to lunch so we can all talk about it at the lunchroom table. Fights back then were like the equivalent of a Super Bowl. Had the whole school jumping out the gym. Had everybody talking. So I get to the crowd and the first thing I see is Miss Yummers. And apparently, Shorty moving around like she in the clouds. Off that ganja high as mountain angles. Now at first I'm thinking like, Cal. But then I thought to myself, I don't blame her. All the stress we been putting her through, I wouldn't be surprised. Old man Larry must have let her puff that before she got to work or something. Because whatever she was puffing on had her doing the 2-step without even moving her legs. So she was sitting there for like 20 minutes, waddling back and forth like a penguin and humming Negro spirituals, making a straight fool of herself. 20 minutes fly by, the crowd died down, everybody go back to class. We all hype into class. You know how lit classrooms be after something go down. Miss Yummers get back to her desk, and when she do, she talking about, all right now, class, calm down. If you want me to keep acting like this, then you need to behave. You fake that? No, that's crazy. And me personally, man, yo, she couldn't be me. Yo, you mad OP, right? Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way. You know, somewhere in another city, on another planet, at another timeline, there was another me hating on this lady too. All Shawty had to do was just get real stoic and put some bass in her voice or something. You ain't had to do all that, old lady. Bruh, she was sitting there for a smooth 15 minutes on the hush. She didn't say a word. That was the most awkward 15 minutes of my life. Let me ask you a question. And I might have the answer. Find a cure for every disease known to man and get paid $100 billion every year of your life because of it. Or learn the engineer gate. Man, break that money. I ain't Devontae the one no more. Call me Rock D. Rock D. These gates! Gate of opening! Release! But I just want a gate of rest! Open! But what about gate of life? Open! See, here's the gate of pain! Open! Bro, just gate of closing, gate of joy, gate of shock, gate of open! Been waiting to do this all your life, huh? Shut up with the notice and catch this primary lotus. Hey, yo, Devontae, let me ask you a question. Yeah, what up? Stop racism or learn the Rasinga? Man, where Jirai at, bruh? But you don't want people to stop calling you a tar baby or a moon cricket. Okay, looks like your mind's made up. Let me guess. You want the 9-tailed fox inside you too, huh? There you go. Days later, I got a similar opportunity I couldn't refuse. Prince library playing some Reincarnated as a Slime mobile, and out of the blue, I got a random text from somebody named Shirley. I'm sitting there thinking like, Shirley? Who is this? My grandma? She got an old lady name. This girl probably like 21 going on 50. So I'm like, who are you? Stranger, state your business. She get to telling me how she's a friend of Becca's and how she would run her mouth all the time about how many rides she would have with me and that she wanted to cash in on the opportunity. She got my number from Becca. And I tell her no, because Becca done Corbin blued my ass, so I won't be driving people around no more. $60 in a ride changer ride? I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. No, we don't. I mean, if not, then no. Yeah. Okay, cool. I need a ride to the farmer's market. It's gonna be like a 30-minute ride. Here we go again. So I meet her outside her dorm, and before we took off, I got to know her first to make sure she wasn't a psychotic weirdo. She get in the car, first thing that come out her mouth, oh, thought you'd be cuter, and I thought you'd be skinnier. Freaking well. Good, you're not a snowflake. Which was crazy, because she didn't look like the type to be able to take a joke and dish it out. Like, she really vibe checked me before I checked her, which gave her some points on my end. Like, she was cool. Regardless of her personality, she paid me, so I'ma do my job. Put my feelings to the side, get in, get out. That's how a job should be done. So I'm like, so I noticed you and Becca had a lot of money to spend on rides. Like, where y'all get all that money from? You don't mind me asking. Oh, I'm a successful streamer. I'm into gaming. Money? Yeah. I pay Becca to help me with homework while I'm streaming. Like, duh. Where do you think she got all that money from? Me. I'm like, oh. It all makes sense now. Which left me kind of concerned because her family ain't rich. She ain't got a job. So she had to have been moving something to accrue them type of funds. And I ain't talking about that ass. So she continues to tell me how she's a super introvert homebody that saves up her money or uses it for rides and traveling out of town for conventions. Like, if she's not traveling to a con or a business venture, she goes nowhere, bro. And I like that, because I'm an introverted extrovert who slightly does the same thing, so I can relate. So throughout the rides up there and back, we got along fairly well, which is surprising because I don't get along with everybody. We got along so well that when we got back to the campus, she invited me to her dorm to play with my joystick. So that night I left my dorm with my joystick to go to her dorm, which was kind of tough because she didn't have visitation. So I got in through her back window. I see the whole PC gaming setup she got, the LED lights, a mini see-through fridge with energy drinks stacked to the tippy top. So I just assumed she was a gamer, like pro level. So she hooked my controller up to her PC. The first game we start playing was Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, my favorite game. She like, I play this a lot, so don't hold back. Don't worry, I'm not gonna hold back. Anybody that's seen me play Storm 4 before knows how I get down in the game, knows I don't hold back. Regardless of the situation. You could be a complete noob at the game, bro. I am slapping you up and down the court. No hesitation. Nothing but net. All nuts on head. Now, you know what's crazy about this entire situation? You would think with that entire setup she got, she would be an S-tier gamer. Wrong. Helen Keller could have saw through that bull crap. Shorty really put me in a genjutsu, making me see whatever she wanted me to see. Cause this girl was doo-doo. Water and all. On top of that, bruh, I'm a level 99 trash talker, so you know I'ma jump down her throat with the insults. Bruh, you're garbage. Boo-boo. Butt cheeks. My 3-year-old cat can play better than you. Retire. Put down the sticks. Put him in a body bag. I'm him. Count Himula. Hemi Neutron. Bruh, who taught you how to play? Clifford? Bruh, you gotta be done. Look, can we play another game? Because this is too easy. You know, I love it when my opponents drown in delusion. Wait, believe it or not, but I've been holding back this entire time. Cap. Oh, really? I bet you the entire $60 I gave you today that you won't even land a single attack on me. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of believed her on the inside because she said it with so much conviction. Like, the tone of her voice even had some bass in it. And I knew she wasn't playing around because I've done it to a couple of people before. I act like I'm an anime protagonist that hides his true power until somebody shows me all they got. Then I power up on them. But I stopped doing that though because people will play you once, win, and make niggas suffer by never playing you again. I'm niggas. So I take her up on her offer. Deep down inside, I was mad nervous. I could feel the sweat dripping down my butt cheeks. So I decided to focus and just push beyond my limits. Get ready to receive this ass whooping. Bro, she rolled up her sleeves, sat crisscross in her chair, put that Hanayama grip on her controller. And when I tell y'all, this girl was still trash. Like, what the frick? She raised her power level and still couldn't beat me, bro. I felt like Beerus seeing Super Saiyan 3 for the first time. Like, bro, her anger made her play worse. Shorty hyped herself up just to get folded. Again, had me over here clutching my controller like I was gonna get the beating of a lifetime. I thought I was gonna get Saitama, but she gave me Moomin Rider. Devontae was thoroughly disappointed. Yes, I talk in third person. That's how bad the next game was. Bruh, she was so pissed when I broke her spirit that she broke her controller. And I don't blame her. I did talk a lot of trash. And backed it up. So I was happy. You know what though? I may have beat them Doonies down in Storm 4. But when it came to Apex, that girl be slinging that iron. Because I don't need the 2 cents. I done been to a lot of toxic places that turn you from a gummy bear to Alphonse Elric in my life. Whether it be MW3 lobbies, all of Twitter, 7-Elevens, but none of them hold more weight in the round table of toxicity like lunchroom tables do. Except for Rob. We ain't gonna talk about that. But you know what? At the same time, it's actually a blessing. Because even though it's a toxic place, inside a toxic place, when I was a kid, lunchroom tables were a big deal. It's one of the few spots in school where a person can find out what social group they belong to. Because whatever group you belong to, you're treated accordingly. Without remorse too, because like kids, when they're super young, are already rude and brutally honest enough and make it worse when they get older. Now imagine that at school, but 10 times worse. It is what it is. Okay. Lunch tables like the 4 nations in Avatar The Last Airbender, right? You get whatever nation you get, and you stay there. Let somebody at a preppy table you sitting at find out you from the nerd table. It's a wrap. You can't blame nobody but yourself. Like, bro, you can't expect peace when you're in op territory. It's impossible. Unless that one dude that's basically like the lunchroom avatar, the dude that can fit in with every social group saves you, which might as well be a pipe dream because that only happens once every 100 years. Bro, all I'm saying is go where you fit in and don't try to fit in. because it never works. For example, if a shoe doesn't fit, you don't blame the shoe, you just go find another. So if you don't fit in at a certain table, don't blame the people because you don't click with them. Just go find somewhere else that you do click. Throw the deuces up and go find your crew. It's that simple. Today, I'm going to be letting it rip on a couple lunch tables that may or may not have grinded my gears back in the day. So if you graduated a long time ago like me, then put whatever table you used to belong to in the comment sections below. And the same thing for anybody that's in school right now. Alright, so let's start off with the purple table. The worst of them all. It's basically a bunch of rude, fake, stuck-up, ego-inflated, narcissistic yes men that think the world revolves only around them. This group usually consists of a bunch of stuck-up white folks with at least one or two stuck-up Asians, with at least one stuck-up black guy, and that one mixed chick that only hangs out with white folks, which is completely fine, but hey, sometimes you just gotta put a little spice in your ramen, you know what I mean?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The preppy girls usually wore like small shorts, Converse, and big ass t-shirts that make the whole fit look like they ain't got no drawers on. The preppy guys usually wear little ass shirts with a North Face jacket and little bitty shorts that look like booty shorts. Golly, bro, focusing on the wrong cake. I'ma keep it gravy with y'all. I hate these people for the simple fact that they ain't down to earth. If you ain't a part of their little cult, they'll treat you like Beerus did King Vegeta. Like, bruh, y'all ain't got no business treating folks like the gum I spat out and put under my desk. And they be like real quick to shun anybody that ain't a part of their little group. Like, bro, to basically sum it up, if you ain't a part of their clique, what you say ain't finna make them tick. Moving on. Next, we got the nerd table. The best, most authentic, most coolest table in all of school history. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. At this table, it's cut up into two parts. Weirdo weirdos and the cool weirdos. I was a part of the cool weirdos. You know, the people that beat themselves and were genuinely cool to be around. Sure, we couldn't dress to save our lives, had zero game with females, beat our meat probably about 3 to 4 times a week, and got picked on a lot, but at least we wasn't out here getting in trouble with the law, catching diseases, making unplanned babies, and stirring up unnecessary drama. Put that on your resume. At our table, we accepted everybody, even if you didn't watch anime, play video games, crack dark humor jokes, and traded cards like we did. Dog, I'm a nerd to this day. To this day. Plus, we're actually bearable to talk to, unlike our counterparts, the weirdos. Yeah, they had all the base traits like us, but you couldn't sit by them for more than 5 seconds without them eating a booger or making the conversation super uncomfortable. Like, whoa, relax. Poon Slayer 56, you got about 38 more minutes until you go back to the netherworld. Next, we got the basic black and white people table. Polar opposites. I say that because the basic black folks table is where all the loudest, funniest, most lit people in times are. Ain't no intellectual stuff going on over there. Just pure fun and ignorance.
Everybody say sausage, keep it going. Head, bacon, grits, sausage. Sausage. Sausage.
If you want to learn how to roast somebody with maximum efficiency, go to that table. However, be warned, this table is not for the faint of heart. And I say that with the utmost seriousness and experience myself. Be ready to take in what you dish out, because ain't nothing sweet over there when you roast it, homeboy. If you walk over there unwilling to take mental hits, then you're pretty much just trying to poke a stick at a pack of wolves. Now, the basic white folks table is pretty much the opposite, where all the boring stuff happens. That's it. Moving on. Next, we got the athletes table. The most annoying, fakest, ego-inflated, Chad-ass table known to man. It's consisted of a bunch of low-life, energy-sucking, insecure nobodies with the need for social validation because their mamas told them that they should have been swallowed, so they cope with the thought by picking on the weak. Now, I'll admit it. Yes, I'm a nerd, and I was an athlete, but for most of my life, I tried to fit in every social group.
You don't find that suspicious?
So, pretty much for a majority of that time, just like them, I tried to seek social validation from every social group. I tried to be liked, primarily because I was always the underdog. I was never in the spotlight. Every time I tried sitting over by my teammates, I was the primary target. That's where I gained most of my character development from. I tried to act like them, tried to dress like them, tried to involve myself with them, which worked a lot, especially when I got stronger than everybody, but I still got picked on because when they seen I was starting to get confidence and started standing up for myself, they started to have a superiority complex over me.
See all these lame ass niggas I come to the street, bro, I will beat your motherfucking ass.
Nobody put me through more mental gymnastics than my Chad-ass teammates did. Heck, I even made a video on one of those moments. Oh, also, I can't forget about that one guy that's always at random tables pocket watching your plate. He'll always hit you with the, "You gonna eat that?" Like, boy, you don't go on somewhere. It's your big hungry, big booger bear looking at. No, you can't eat my porridge, nigga. Alright, I'ma head out. Sensei Dev, logging out.
Hey, listen.
Insurance options work their magic when the unexpected strikes like a burglary. Live a little freer with AA Insurance.
Y'all know what time it is. I mean, I can go look at the clock real quick. Yeah, we finna do her dairy. I mean, they got chocolate milk in the lunchroom. Y'all trying to go check that out. Stop being a pussy. So back at the start of middle school, I became associates with these two big, slopping, Pop-Tart body-built, kangaroo pouch smelling ass delinquents that used to take advantage of my easily peer-pressured, overly nice prepubescent mind. We're not gonna use their real names, we're gonna call them Trevor and Amber. They were associates, not friends, but associates, as in I only associated myself with them for whatever reason. Y'all know how it goes growing up. You meet somebody that you got something in common with, which sparks an instant connection. After spending some time with each other, y'all think y'all SpongeBob and Patrick, when in reality, y'all barely know each other, cause y'all ain't went through nothing. These two will always do the craziest shit and drag me in the mix through peer pressure with the magic sentence, "Stop being a pussy." And it always used to work on me back then because I was scared of them judging me and I didn't have a backbone to tell them no. I mean, what else can you expect from a mentally unstable 13-year-old with little to no life experience? Like, bro, by that point, my nuts didn't even drop. One day, we was all sitting in math class. My musty coffee breath smelling ass teacher, Miss Turner, decides to be such a comedian that she jokes on Trevor's big ass head when she told him to come to the board. She like, whoa, 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 be careful, don't fall. I know you got a good head on your shoulders. Everybody started laughing at him. This boy Trevor was such a savage that he like, crazy you said that because I told your daughter the same thing last night. Everybody like, oh, no, he didn't. Because she had a daughter 2 classrooms down. She got so butthurt that she gave that boy detention after school, which makes no sense to me because how you gonna punish somebody for something you started and gonna expect them to just sit there and take it, you delusional heifer? Like, calm down, Betty. Just because old man Alfred ain't hitting it no more don't mean you gotta take out your anger on a 13-year-old. I guess this is what began his Belmont arc because that boy Trevor took it to heart and wanted revenge. He get back to his seat, he like, you wanna talk about my head? Bet, I got something for you, old hag. Amber heard it and was like, yeah, we got something for you, Betty. What we got? Bruh, Amber was the most annoying out of the two because she was a meat grinder. Everything he said, she went with and hyped it up. Whoopie. Like she had less of a backbone than me. If he told her, leave a on the bed, no hesitation. If he told her, bite this finger off, no hesitation. Like, calm down, Alexis, Texas. Don't reverse cowgirl him too hard. He looks over to me, he like, we finna do her dairy. You down? I'm like, we're gonna give her spoiled milk? Yo, numbnuts, since she like her job so much, we're gonna teach her a lesson. He gets out a pencil and paper and slides me a note. It says, Wait. You're joking, right? Do I look like a joke? Are you down? Yes, that's what I thought. We started lunch. Something in my spirit just didn't feel right about this. Like, I wasn't okay with this at all, but I was more scared of how they viewed me than the repercussions of my actions after all of this would go down. So fast forward, 12:30 hits. Trevor's like, y'all know what time it is. I mean, I could go look at the clock real quick. Yeah, we finna do her dairy. I mean, they got steps that sounded like heels aggressively walking down the hallway. I start panicking. I'm like, hey, y'all, she's coming back. Hold on. I'm almost done. I can feel the footsteps getting closer and closer. My anxiety shooting through the roof. It was so bad to the point where I was like, you know what? And hid under the desk without them noticing. Next thing I know, run. Hey! Miss Turner chased both of them around the entire room. Mind you, this lady is 56 with back problems. Shorty ain't seen a physical therapist since Soul Train. While they were getting chased by a 56-year-old with bionicle knees, my little ass was trying to make sure she won't be woo-walking with Harriet Tubman. Amber and Trevor managed to make it out of the room and ran down the hallway trying to make it outside, and almost did, until Miss Turner stops, takes off her heels, gets down like a runner, a track star. Usain bolts over to Trevor and Amber and tackles them down like an NFL player. That was totally wicked. Craziest thing I seen that year. Like, bro, she may be 56, but her knees were 21. No, for real. She was a cold Tony. Bro, I had little time to spare, so I took advantage of this opportunity. Dumped the poison coffee in the trash, sat it on the floor, tipped over to make it look like they knocked it over, Sly Coopered my way to the lunchroom and acted like I was in the bathroom the whole time. Did they drag me in later after they got 10 T-bowed? Yes. It was crazy. I really redshirt guy his. He was there with us. You can't prove that. You gotta believe me. I'm not lying. You just tried to poison me. Why would I believe anything that come out your mouth? Miss Turner, he was literally our lookout. What you talking about? I was in the bathroom taking a bath. I even ran out of tissue. I know. Go check the cameras. Yeah, go check the cameras. Shut up, Amber. Boy, this isn't the time to be framing people for something they didn't do. Plus, the school don't even have cameras yet. They're getting installed 2 months from now. What a time, my Davey. So they got sent to alternative school after this, and I ain't seen them since. Before they left, though, I was like, imagine trying to do such blasphemy like poison the teacher. Couldn't be me.
Gotta keep a pop on, put a red ribbon on me, fly away on numbers, headed up the comments, I need me a bag for the sensor to get me back started. You don't need to know what I've been through, it's strange like a party. I ain't had a session in a minute, but I'm back, let me finish, I know the shit.
She was very selfish selfish and reckless with her words and actions. As long as something bad didn't happen to her, she didn't care. She said something so delusional and ignorant one time that I booked my own therapy appointment. Plus, she was a hot Cheeto girl, which made things even worse. Y'all know what type of girl that is. They always sit in the back of the class eating 30 different varieties of chips, messy bun, 12-inch nails. The color of her tongue is either blue, red, or green, depending on what lollipop she been sucking on that day. Her Snapchat score is probably 300,000. The big eyelashes with the hoop earrings and the baby hairs laid down to the T. Loud as hell for no damn reason. And they always keep either Jordan 1s, 11s, white Harachis, or Air Forces because they ready to fight 24/7. I remember this one semester, she hired me as her personal Uber. She said she paid me $40 a day to drive her anywhere at any time, which left me kind of concerned because her family ain't rich. She ain't got a job, so she had to have been moving something to accrue them type of funds. And I ain't talking about that ass. I only know 3 things you can do with $40 minimum: lose your virginity, get a full tank of gas, or buy 10 chicken sandwiches for the week in your dorm so you don't gotta eat that slop at the calf. I'm about to puke right now just thinking about it. So I shrugged off the concern and took the job. All I gotta do is get her from point A to B. Say less. Now here I am, a side job. I thought everything was gonna be good. Completely